Chiang Mai is full of detail, full of decoration, full of things tied to other things. The road signs, the lamppost advertisements for who knows what, the sacred trees tied with sashes of wishes wrapped around them. Every wrist has a bracelet. Chiang Mai is a temple town, an ancient place to which everything new has simply been added and added and added. Like what? A whole city of business and busyness and main drags and little back soy and people and bars and food. So much wonderful food and busyness again. And temples, more than 300 of them. So let's calm down and start here. Temples are oases of calm in this busy old town, and it's a case of horses for courses. You've got the poison, they've got the remedy. The triple gable Lanna specialty, the chedi that points to nirvana. There's guilt to assuage your guilt. There's filigree as fancy. There are Buddhas enough to staff the most pacific army. There are beautifully tended gardens. There again is detail in everything. Oh, and there are funny ones. Buddha has a sense of humour. This is Wat Ket Karam that celebrates the year of the dog, and they're spoiled, these plaster pets. Look at them pissing in the pond. In Thailand, when you put up a building, you construct a spirit house too, so that the spirits have somewhere to hang out now that they've been displaced by the living. It's a beguiling system and makes for another layer of photogenic detail in Chiang Mai. Spirit houses are full of offerings, placatory treats. They are belief made physical and intricate, and they're everywhere. They are a beautiful city in miniature. How shall we get around town? Choose your weapon. Tuk-tuks are for tourists, the red Songtao pickup truck taxis are the local ubiquity and used by locals and Farangs alike. Scooters buzz everywhere like wasps in jam jars but are oh so cooling to pilot in the breeze. And air-conned Korean and Japanese saloons are closing in to become the norm. Shopping in Chiang Mai is like eating in that it's like breathing. You don't think about it, you just do it. Everywhere there are people picking things up, putting things in bags, exchanging a few baht and moving on. The markets are the best. Lam Yai on the west bank of the town's lazy old Ping River is a floral profusion of peonies, jasmines like strings of pearls, tiger lilies and the temple flower, the famous yellow lotus. Lam Yai turns into Wararot Market, which sells everything under the sun under a roof, which is cool and keeps the tea and fruit and local candy and the pork, always the pork, fresh. Dam Rong is the best place in town, a porcine dreamboat that people from the south hunger to sail upon. There were Dam Rong boxes at the airport for shipping. The most handsome shop in town is Chitwan Tong Dispensary on Chiang Mai Road. It's a Sino-Thai pharmacy that's been dishing up beautifully wrapped paper parcels of herbal medicine for 80 years. Mrs. Penn is the proprietress, and she lives above the shop that's almost deco like a Western cinema from the 1930s. Her abacus has outlasted modernism, deco, and every other trend. She keeps a tidy pharmacy, albeit with ginseng in jars that you hope Damien Hirst hasn't seen. We'll fast forward to the future now because Chiang Mai is a university town. The college is one of the best in Thailand and the campus a rolling, verdant treat. Here's the Faculty of Architecture, a bit like a Guggenheim, isn't it? Here's the Ang Kyu Reservoir that looks enough like a lake to make it a lover's lane, a smartphone self-portraitist's paradise. At dusk, it's the bomb. How lovely. Back in town and in daylight, you'll see something very new in this old place. Mascots for shops and cafes spring up like field mushrooms after the rains. Bears and robots and cartoon characters all loitering with intent in the hope that you, being a hip young smartphone slinger, might take its picture and put it on the internet. Instagram happy branding has arrived. Oh, that little chap's real. So what of cafe culture in Chiang Mai? It exists and it's expanding, and the coffee, there are many local beans to boast of, is very good. There's a tension, though, between the smart apron, blackboard happy, flat white crowd and the storied street food history of Chiang Mai. It's Western versus Eastern, it's aircon and coffee versus meat in the heat of the street. I like the street food, but then I'm a tourist. I like the chili and spice and the crickets fried in oil, but then I'm being tough. Most of all, I like the corn poached in coconut milk, because actually, I'm soft. These last are a snack before a night of Sing beer and a tour of Chiang Mai's bars. Everywhere does music of some stripe. North Gate is a famous jazz joint. Get loose to some sax soloing. Escudo has a big enough dance floor to let go on, and some fine bands on stage. Mojo is a blues club, a wood-framed roadhouse cozy enough to touch knees with the singers. Steady how you go. We'll leave and go for some absolution at one Wat or another. Are they serving pork skewers yet on the Suthep Road? Of course they are. For Monocle in Chiang Mai, I'm Robert Bound.